Hello, welcome back to the last tutorials in this series on how to build auto BNB transfer bot. We started this series with by creating the Python development environment and also installing the Web3 library, which we have been using. Okay, so today, like I said before, we are going to automate the process of transferring the BNB that is being sent by the hacker to our account, okay, to prevent any further transactions. Okay, so this is what we have from the last tutorial. This is what we have. We've created a simple transaction, we signed the transaction, and we sent the transaction, and we also, in this last line, we printed out the transaction hash, okay, to be able to check the transaction on the BSC scan. Okay, so we are going to automate the process of sending out the BNB once the system detect BNB being once the system detect that BNB has been transferred into the system. Now, instead of specifying this 0.01, we are going to make it a variable. Okay, I will call it mass transfer. Okay, so now we'll come up here and define our mass transfer. So our mass transfer will be equal to, okay, this is our balance. This is where we are balance readable. So our mass transfer will be equal to balance readable minus, okay, 0.0. We have to convert this one to decimal or decimal data type. If not, it's going to complain. So we'll say decimal 0.000105. Sorry, you might be wondering how I got this. Okay, we are using 5G way. 5G way times our gas price, which is 21,000. Okay, that will give you 105 thereabout. Okay, so our transaction, the minimum amount of BNB that is needed in our account is what? 21,000 times the gas price. 21,000 times the gas price, okay, in G way, in way. Okay, by the time you convert that value to the normal BNB that you know, it will give you 0.0015. So if you are using 10 G way, you multiply 10 times what? 21,000. Then you divide by 10 times 10 raised to power 9. Okay, that is how I normally do it roughly, or you can just use your conversion that we have already talked about before. So that is that about that. Now this our mass transfer. We get our balance, the total balance, then minus the charges. Like I've explained the charges already. Minus the charges, then transfer what is left. At the end of the day, what will be left in the account after this transaction will be 0. Okay, there won't be any BNB left in the account. Okay, so that is that about that. Now we need to introduce our while loop that will keep on looping into the network and checking our transaction, our balance. Okay, once it detects an increase in the balance, it will automatically transfer it out to the account that is specified. So let's create our while loop here. Okay, this is where we establish our connection. So immediately after the connection, we can create our while loop here. Okay, while true. Okay, we are giving while true, or you can say while 1 is equal to 1, while 2 is equal to 2. I just want to make sure that the loop does not end. Okay, it is an infinite loop. It will keep on looping into the network, so we have to shift this by 1. Okay, so you can see the error has cleared. So while true, it will check the balance, convert it to the normal balance that we know. If you want it to print it out, it will print it out. Then get the nonce, perform this transaction. Okay, now there's one more thing I need to do, is to create an if statement. Okay, before it attempts to perform a transaction, the amount in the account must be greater than this. Okay, if not, it should not perform transaction. If by now we try to initiate the transaction, it's going to throw up an error because 0, currently we're having nothing in the account. 0 minus this will give us a negative value. Okay, we should definitely throw up an error. At this point, we can put our if statement here. Okay, if balance readable, okay, is greater than 0.000105. Okay, then we'll put this. So we have to shift all this by 1 again. Okay, it will only perform this transaction once the balance is greater than, oh sorry, we didn't move this. Okay, it will only perform the transaction if the balance is greater than the minimum transaction, the maximum transaction charges, okay, that we have to use for the transaction. So once it's more than this, then it will calculate mass transfer. Okay, then initiate this transaction. This is basically all what we need for this transaction to fly, but I want to just add a few things so that we have a way of communicating with our bot. Okay, so I'll just do some printout. So at this point, while this, okay, print balance readable, we can just add a few things here. Okay, you can say current balance is, then we close this, we concatenate this str. The str will convert this variable into a string. Plus, okay, the current balance is this. Okay, I will initiate immediate transfer. So at this point, it's going to print this. This is the current balance. I will initiate immediate transfer once BNB enters. Okay, so if you keep on seeing this, that means there is no BNB yet. Okay, now if BNB is greater than this, we can still print another statement. I still print another, then I'll paste. I'll paste this. Sorry, I'll be doing this one here. Okay, print. I'll leave this. Before this, we can just add BNB as entered. Okay, BNB as entered plus current balance is this. Okay, I will initiate the transaction now. I think we are good to go. So with this, okay, once BNB enters, it will print out the balance, okay, and tell you that, okay, I'm going to initiate the transaction now. So this is all we have. If we haven't screwed anything up, this should work perfectly. And I think I still have something in that account. Okay, so let's run it. If we have something in that account, we'll see that it will automatically transfer it to the account specified. So I'm running it now. So as we can see, I don't think I have anything in the account. You can see 0. I will initiate immediate transfer once BNB enters. So we can just try it by sending BNB, and you see that automatically it will transfer it out. Okay, this is how to secure your account and prevent any further transaction while you wait for us to teach you how to get those assets out. Okay, you can use this to hold your account and prevent any further transaction. So I will send in BNB now. Let's just test our program. Okay, I'm ready to send something in now. Please observe carefully. Observe carefully. Just watch. Oh, decimal not defined. Oh, yeah, we need to import something. Okay, one more thing. We need to import decimal. Okay, we've used it in this line. Where is it? Okay, we've used it in this line, so we need to import it at the top here. Okay, from decimal, import decimal. This should do it. Okay, so before we send this thing, you can see that you can now see the balance. Okay, so he now tried to initiate the transaction. He tried to initiate this transaction. He tried to read this line, balance minus decimal dot decimal. Unfortunately, he could not understand what decimal dot decimal mean. Okay, but now that we've imported, we'll save. Okay, by the time I run this immediately, because there's money already inside it, you can see initially it was 0. Now BNB has entered, current balance 0.09. I will initiate the auto transfer now. Then it tried to initiate the transfer, but unfortunately there was a mistake. We forget to import decimal dot decimal. So once I run this program now, it will automatically transfer. Hope we remember to save. So that is it. Okay, BNB has entered 0.0 now. We initiate the transfer now. This is the transfer. Okay, it has initiated the transfer. I'm coming. Yeah, initially when I created this auto BNB transfer bot, I was having the issue of after the first transaction the bot crashes. Okay, but this is a way to solve it. This is the way I solved it. You import time, then after every transaction you sleep. Okay, time does sleep, then you specify. Just 1 second is enough. So after every one transaction, sorry, I have a call. So sorry about that, I had a call. Okay, it was important, so I had to pick it. So that's that. Okay, with this our error will be cleared. Okay, we can perform as many transactions as possible. It will never the bot will never crash. Okay, it will keep on looping even after successful transaction. It will keep on looping. We can also check this on our BSC scan. Okay, you can check it if you have the time. Okay, but the transaction is successful. I can check my account here, and by the time this runs, you'll see that the account is already 0. Okay, there is no money inside the account again. Okay, not perfectly 0, but this is like 1 raised to power minus 18 which is 0. Okay, so that is that about that. Okay, with this time to sleep, even if you had a successful transaction, your bot will still continue running. So this is basically all what I want to show you in this series. Okay, there are more to come. Okay, but we are going to take them, okay, in order of what importance. Okay, let me just put it that way. Now currently, immediately after this video, I'm going to send in another video showing you how my new bot, okay, the drip bot that I told you about, I'm done with it, and I even created a graphic user interface for it. Okay, I'll show you how it works, and if you're having issue with an account that you have drip or any asset at all, the idea behind the drip bot can be implemented in other smart chain contracts. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you support me any way you can. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section, and I'll try as much as possible to answer you in a way that you are going to understand. So I think that will be all. Don't forget to share this video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.